Now they're saying I'm live. Yeah, this is just ridiculous, yo. But this your boy Jonah Bay, where I answer today, Consultation Wednesday, where I answer all y'all's questions. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna talk about this case that I brung up for when they doing false arrest or false detention and all that. So we're gonna pick up where we left off last week. So the case that I'm gonna go into real quick before I start taking questions and answers to everyone is Cordell versus Standard Oil Company, Supreme Court of Kansas, and it was done in 1930. Number one, the first matter complained of is this denial of motion of the defendant for judgment in favor of the pleadings in the trial statement of the plaintiff. The petition alleged that the plaintiff with companion drove an automobile to a filing station operated by defendant, a filling station operated by defendant in Kansas City, and sought to purchase a gallon of alcohol or gas and a quart of oil for use in the car. That after the water had been drawn from the radiator of her car, she was informed by an agent of the defendant that she could not leave the gas station and must remain there. That the defendant agent called the police of Kansas City, who came and questioned the plaintiff in a harsh manner. The police department, having been informed by the agent of the defendant that the plaintiff was a felon or part of a forerunner of a robbery that was done by the agent and the defendant with the malice of ill will toward the plaintiff was done in course of the scope of his employment, that she was made sick in mind and body and was extremely nervous and was confined to her bed for the space for several days following such experience, and now extremely nervous as the result in acts of such agent, and that the plaintiff was held and restrained by threats of subterfuge and defendant's agent and by his disablement of her car. The answer was a general denial. The trial statement of the plaintiff recited in detail the occurrence that stated that the plaintiff had been restrained of her liberty for about 30 to 40 minutes and disclosed that she was afraid violence would be done to her if she attempted to go away. We quote from the brief of the defendant as follows. Appellant contends that the amended petition in the opening statement did not state facts sufficient to constitute a cause of action against the appellant for two reasons. The first being that there is no allegation of the appellant was actually physically restrained or denied, nor she feared to go away because threats of bodily harm or fear of apprehension of her body harm would be done her if attempted to leave. The second reason being that there is no allegation of what probable cause of lack of jurisdiction. So that's the statement that the opposing counsel made. But we know because we were looking in the treaties of false arrest or false imprisonment that they have to have a warrant and affidavit. Any and everyone has to have a warrant with an affidavit in support of the warrant to detain you or arrest you. Now, no matter what the hell that other attorney argued, the facts is they never had a warrant or an affidavit in support of a warrant to stop you in the first place, the cops, or the person who worked at that gas station, right? So it was false arrest, no matter which way you put it. This is my issue because a lot of y'all, when y'all buy my writ of discovery, when it's saying these things, y'all still don't understand. Well, Jonah, they said they denied my motion. Bro, they can't deny your motion. That's impossible. It is a right that's been enumerated in the Constitution, and it protects your rights. That's you supposed to say, you can't deny my motion. It's based on the fact that I have the right, a right to have a warrant, an affidavit in support of the warrant according to the Constitution. You don't have the right to deny constitutional rights, do you, Judge? Because I got a case law for that too that says you can't. Are you telling me you can deny me a fundamental right secured by the Constitution? He's going to change the subject. He ain't going to answer that. This is what I mean. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all don't know how to defend your rights. That's a you problem. The paperwork I give you is perfect. The problem is you. You not comprehending how to use it. Another perfect example is there's quite a few people, well, not quite, 2 people that had problems getting out of taxes on their job. One person's job even gave them another law that said that they can't. I says, hold on, bro. Think about it. The 2 laws I gave you that said tax are voluntary said it's voluntary. That's 2 different laws, right? And it says that you can withdraw from it. Plain and simple. No law that they created can undo that. You do, if taxes is voluntary and then they force you, it's not voluntary no more. No job can force you to give up your money. No job can put you in slavery. Do you know if you don't volunteer, it's slavery? So you're going to have to sue the job. And I'm aware that it might get you fired, but you have to decide, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I would say go look for a new job, then sue. And when they fire you, you got the new job, and now you're on your way to getting an extreme payday. We're talking about millions. Quickest way to get rich in America is through lawsuits. I don't know if y'all know that or not. That's the quickest way, right? So my point being is that you're supposed to defend your rights all the way. You're not supposed to let anyone trample on your rights. And you have to know what rights you have to enforce them. Too many of y'all just want to buy the paperwork, put the paperwork in, and think it's going to work that easy. No, they're going to test you. They're going to test you to know if you know what's in that paperwork. They're going to test you if you know how to defend your daggone rights. Most of y'all fail the test. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. That's a problem. That's a you problem. You see what I'm saying? And I can't fix that. I told y'all to read treaties on false arrests. Perfect example is, and this is, I showed you in the webinar this weekend. And by the way, if y'all don't have the webinar, y'all can go to jonahbay.com and pick up a copy with the templates, right? Of all the case laws and all that you need. But in that webinar, I showed you that the state is the one bringing you into court. The state against Jonah Bey. Guess what? According to the Constitution of the United States, the state cannot be a party to the lawsuit plus sue me and have jurisdiction. It can't be in their courts. The state can sue me, but it has to go to federal court. That's a jurisdictional thing. They lack subject matter jurisdiction. They lack personal jurisdiction. I showed y'all how to get through that. Now, you know how many people in jail? And the state was the party against them. That means y'all can undo that case, right? Your loved ones. I don't care if it's murder, a drug case. I don't care what it's dealing with. You could undo that case because they never had the jurisdiction to have the court case. All right. So this is what I'm trying to tell you now. Anytime you get stopped by a popo and they don't have that warrant and that affidavit in support of the warrant, they lack subject matter jurisdiction. They lack personal jurisdiction. They don't have the jurisdiction to even be dealing with you. That's false arrest. You can do a 241, 242 suit against them in a 1983 suit against them and win and get paid. The problem is with y'all. Y'all don't know it. And then y'all won't come to your man Jonah Bay and learn how to do it. Oh, he already rich. Oh, he cocky. I don't like him. You don't have to like me to learn from me. You don't have to like me. I don't care if you like me. I don't even know you. Why would I care if you like me? What you do have to do is learn. Learn what you need to know. That's the only thing that's important, is to learn what you need to know so you can do what you have to do for your family. That's it. Right? But y'all don't hear me though. But let me go back to this case. Cordell versus Standard Oil Co. And it was in 1930. 289P 472, Kansas, 1930. Supreme Court of Kansas. All right. There was no allegation or statement that the agent of the defendant or the police officer put their hands on the plaintiff. But the trial statement did show that the agent and the defendant removed the water from the radiator and of the automobile and did not refill the radiator until he was ready to permit the plaintiff to leave. It was not necessary that an assault be committed on the plaintiff in the order to constitute restraint for which the defendant would be liable. So the Supreme Court said it didn't matter if you didn't put your hands on the woman or threatened to. All that mattered was you took the water out of the car and you didn't put the oil in the car. So therefore, that woman could not drive the car. So you refused to put the water and the oil back in the car. So you did arrest her. Right? Don't y'all understand that when you get pulled over by the cops and they don't have a warrant, the first thing you should be asking the cop is, when they pull you over, excuse me, do you have a warrant and an affidavit in support of the warrant to pull me over? Constitutionally, that's the only way you're able to pull me over. Let him answer. Make sure you're recording. Let him answer right then and there. He's going to say some bullshit like, I don't need that. I got probable cause. That ain't what the Constitution or the Supreme Court say. You ask that question to set him up later for the traffic case plus your 241, 242, 1983 suit. You set him up to get paid, my brothers and sisters. Right? Because all of that is false arrest. Now, in Coomer versus Knowles, 17, Kansas City, 436 and 440, this court said it is not necessary. So it was a whole nother Supreme Court that already ruled on it that said this. It said it is not necessary that there should be an injury done to an individual or person or to his character or reputation, nor is it necessary that wrongful act to be committed with malice or ill will. or even with the slightest wrongful intention, nor is it necessary that the act be under color or any legal or judicial proceeding. All that is necessary is that the individual be restrained of his liberty without sufficient legal cause thereof, and by words or acts which he fears to disregard. So it doesn't matter. The cop pulled you over and didn't do anything to you, even if he gave you a warning. None of that matters. It was still false arrest. The only thing that makes it where it's not false arrest is if he had a warrant and an affidavit in support of the warrant. How do you set up a consult with you, Jonah? You go to jonahbay.com and buy the consult. My site will tell you what else to do. That's how you get a consult with me, consultation with me. Go to jonahbay.com. All right? So that's all that matters, is that they didn't have it. But y'all don't know that the Constitution says this, and you don't know to defend that right. I never will go into court and defend a traffic ticket. I will always go into court and defend the fact that they never had a right to stop me in the first place. It was false arrest. More money, more money, more money. Do y'all understand that? It's a way to get paid, y'all. I hope y'all know that. Well, hold on. Then it says that language was repeated in Granger versus Squares, 62 Kansas, 321, 324, 62 PAC, 1005. And in the Whitnam versus Raleigh Co., 85 Kansas City, Kansas, 150, 155, 116 PAC, 234. So you got 5 cases right there that says they ain't got the right to pull you over without those things in any capacity. 5 cases right there. Y'all gonna tell me y'all reading this treaties on false arrest correctly? Y'all aren't writing down the court cases of what they said to make your point that it's already been proven you can't pull me over without a warrant and an affidavit for no reason. I don't care if you're doing it as a cop, that's called color of law, because they're using statutes, codes, rules, and regulations to pull you over. Well, none of that trumps the Constitution. But y'all don't know these things. I know that. I know it. I overstand it. Y'all don't even understand it. I overstand it. Right? Y'all got to get on point. Y'all got to get on point. Do y'all know I've only read one paragraph? Not even a full paragraph in the treaties of false arrest. And we're already into all these different court cases. Now, in this book, it tells you introduction. That's all we've been in, is the introduction. Then number 2, definition of false imprisonment. So they tell you all, and that's what we're in, the definitions of what is false imprisonment. Y'all all been getting falsely imprisoned. Especially they arrest you and then they take you to the jail and then you got to give fingerprints and all that, pictures, and then bail out. That's 100% false arrest. You haven't been convicted of a crime yet, but they had you in jail. That's lack of due process. Due process means you went through a court case, lost, and then you got locked up. They're not supposed, their whole procedure is wrong. That's what I'm talking about. Statutes, codes, rules, and regulations break the Constitution. Y'all got to know that. Y'all have money to go get. And it doesn't matter if it already happened to you in the past. You can go after them now that you know. Bring up those old cases. Go after them. Number 3, it says arrest without a warrant. I've already told y'all they can't arrest without a warrant. The law of the land is the Constitution, your state constitution, the federal constitution. Those rules, laws, regulations, and statutes, ordinances cannot go against the law of the land. A summons is not an affidavit. A complaint, or none of that is it. You gotta have an injured party. You gotta have someone who was injured by you who did a affidavit stating that you did them harm, and then it goes to a grand jury, they do, or a judge, and they do a warrant, and then they can come pick you up. That is not what's been happening. And they've been doing number 4, a breach of peace and a felony arrest. That's what they've been doing to y'all. Now they got 5 defenses to unlawful arrest. These are you gotta study this book. It ain't something that you just read. Then it tells you if they do have a warrant, a use of a warrant in arrest. They show you the proper way that they're supposed to be doing that. Number 7, bring arrest person before a magistrate. They have to automatically bring you in front of a magistrate. They cannot take you to jail, right? But they be doing that. They're not supposed to take you to jail, right? Okay. Then it says number 8, distortion. Shut the fuck up. Shaka, knock that person out. Get rid of that person. All right. Then it says distortion of fundamental law. They be distorting the law of the land, the constitutions. Conclusion and appendix. These are things you have to study. You need to read this book 1,000,000 times and study everything. And you will know your rights and how to defend your rights. So we 30 minutes in. Let me start taking some questions. Yeah, if your grand jury was done after your arrest, that was false imprisonment. You know what I mean? You need to know your rights. You don't know your rights. That's why you're going to need to get a consultation with me, and I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to know. But right now, Google treaties on false arrest or treaties on false imprisonment. Treaties on arrest and on false imprisonment is the name of the book. All right? Need to read it and study it. All right, I'm going to open up the call lines. I take the first caller, Travis L. Peace to Yahuwah. Don't ask me the name of the book. I just told you the name of the book. What the fuck's the matter with you? I just read the name of the book a second ago, and you're going to ask me what's the name of the book? Go back and listen to this shit over again. What the fuck am I, a parakeet? I'm just going to keep on fucking, just keep on saying the same shit? No, your ass should have paid attention, motherfucker, instead of fucking cooking dinner or some shit. I don't give a fuck if you just got on. Go back and listen to the fucking show. That's your problem. I said the name of the book a second ago before you asked that question. Put some fucking effort into it. What up, Travis L?
Peace, Jordan. My bad. I'm in the connection.
Oh, I didn't even notice while I was cussing someone else out.
Yeah, so I got a quick question about I got a testimony too. I get the quick question out of the way.
Okay, okay.
Essentially,
Testimony time.
testimony time for the 8832, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we mailing it off, they got an address on here for a foreign. If your if your corporation was done in a foreign country or U.S. possession, that's the address we use. We don't use the one for all the states, right?
If you're doing the 9-8 is going to be the one doing it, right?
Right.
So you're going to have to use the foreign address.
Okay, got it. All right. The testimony is about that on that tax injunction.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2007, 2007-ish, I had won I won 50,000 from the Hard Rock, right?
Ooh, wait, the casino?
Yeah, the casino. Yeah,
you lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Hey, I played the lotto machine, and I did a quick pick, and it picked 36 numbers, and it picked all numbers. I put $10 in the machine, and made 50,000 off that.
Wow.
Yeah, man, epic. Changed my life. So I took all my cash. They asked me if I wanted to pay taxes at the window. I said, "Nah, I want my whole 50." I took 30 in check and 20 in cash. Got up out of there. So after that, I never paid the taxes. And so when I got my first, I had ended up getting a job like 10 years later, 10, 12 years later.
Mm-hmm.
It was for construction because I was in construction school.
Right.
And I had to do an apprentice program. Well, after about the second check, they started garnishing me. They was taking half my paycheck.
Damn.
So I quit the job. I wasn't going to work for half the money. So I
right.
quit. So I ended up having maybe about 2 or 3 more jobs after that. Every job, it took about 2 checks, 3 at the most. They was taking half my paycheck. I'm like, fuck, either I'm 1099 or I ain't working no more. I'm just going, going business for myself, whatever the case may be. So 2023, I got a letter from the IRS telling me that I owed them like 37, 70 something, somewhere around that. Almost.
So they want 40,000 from you winning 50,000. Suck my.
Yeah. And so and he told me he was gonna put a lien on me, garnish me, all the other good.
They've been doing it. You were supposed to get a letter for that before they started leaning you. They've been doing it.
Yeah, I ain't get no letter. I just.
Yeah, they're gonna give you the letter after they already been leaning you, right, and garnishing you. Crazy. Go ahead.
So I got that tax injunction. It was right on time. I mean, like literally, I think I got it or found out about it, or you had did it maybe like a month after I got that letter. So I'm like, okay, shit, man, I need to get this. So I got it, studied it, watched it about 4 or 5 times, made sure I understood and overstood what was in it, what the law said, why you can't tax me, and the whole nine. Shot that thing off. I had a job for about a year now. They ain't took a dime from me, and I ain't got no letters back from them.
Stop the garnishment. Why? Because taxes is slavery, and it's illegal. And my tax injunction says that. See, you become Mr. Untouchable doing that tax injunction. And God forbid you do the tax injunction and then do my W4T workshop. You'll be suing and owing your goddamn job if they don't stop taking taxes. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. It's slavery.
And in Georgia, Georgia got usually if you got a job in Georgia, you pay federal and Georgia state tax.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on mine, it's state blocked for Georgia.
Yeah. All of it is slavery. Bro, it's this simple. Let me explain it simply. When I work, I have to give up my labor, right?
Right.
So, money is labor. Now, if you can take a portion of my labor, which means a portion of my money, it means that I got to work a certain amount of time for free, right?
Definition of slavery.
That's the definition of slavery. I got to work for free and you have given me nothing for that money. That is slavery. All I had to do was find out what parts of the Constitution said slavery was illegal. And by the way, slavery is illegal according to, do you remember, Travis?
The 1877 Georgia Constitution.
No.
The Articles of Association.
Article of Association.
Oh, yeah.
Slavery was straight up banned and forever in America. There was never no slavery in America. But that's the lie they tell y'all. So there was no white slaves. There was no black slaves. All we were was prisoners of war. And we still are. There is no slavery. Unless they can trick you. If you're dumb enough to do it, a lot of y'all are dumb enough to be slaves by giving them tax money and stuff like that. Y'all don't have that right not to be a slave because you don't know your rights. So then you get tricked. That's a wonderful testimony, brother. Damn. I love it.
That Jonah Bay shit worked for me. I don't care about who said it.
They all try to claim it don't work. I've been around 15 years, some shit like that. On the radio, I've been around longer than that, 20-something years. But the thing that kills me is, how come I get all these testimonies on everything I teach if they claim it don't work? You know what I mean? That's that bull. Why do they block me from teaching my lessons if it don't work?
And then I gave this one. This one was on the bill, but I mean, people might as well hear it too. I got pulled over. I went through a what you call them? It's a checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Police say, yeah, we checking seatbelts, registration, license, and insurance. So you got yours? All I gave them was my IDP and my foreign ID.
Do you know that's a false arrest?
Absolutely. They impeded my right to travel.
And they did it without a warrant. They detained you. That's an arrest.
Yeah, without a warrant. And the affidavit supported that warrant. They sure did.
And did you know there's a Supreme Court case that said that traffic stops is unconstitutional? Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
Okay, so I gave him that. He said, "You got a passport on you?" I said, "No, I ain't got my passport with me." He went to the back of the car, he looked at the tag, he came back and said, "All right, you can go, sir." And he waved at the sergeant, whoever, and all of them like, "Okay, now let him go."
Looked in that damn computer and seen your injunction, didn't it?
I don't even think he did. He looked at he was looking at the IDP. He opened it, looked at my ID, he put it back in the folder.
Oh, you had your IDP and your foreign driver's license on you.
Yeah.
Oh, you foreign. You foreign. You ain't in their jurisdiction.
60 seconds. It took less than 60 seconds. I was about it.
Yeah. They already know you're not in their jurisdiction. They supposed to let you go right away. Absolutely. That's a dope testimony too. Let me ask you something, Dick. How long you been listening to me? How many things have you done and it worked for you?
Well, I didn't gave this to my travel injunction work. I done been pulled over 3 times with no insurance, no registration. They let me go every time. I done beat 2 cases with the constitutional challenge. Tax injunction I just gave in the
Mm-hmm. But how long you been listening to me? Yeah.
Since 2021.
Wow. So a lot of things have changed in your life from listening to me. Wonderful, my brother. Keep up the good work, man.
I ain't got a ticket since I started learning from you.
Yeah. Obviously, you studied to make this happen. Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Thanks.
I appreciate your testimony, brother. I know everyone else appreciate it too. This is real testimonies. Not that bullshit where people take screenshots and write whatever on a screenshot and claim that people got testimony. This is real people's lives. Been doing it for over 20 years. Let me see what people got to say on YouTube. Jonah, you the man. Thank you, Sister Flame. Thank you so much, Jonah. Your accord and satisfaction research has led a lot of debts being discharged from you're awesome. King Born Allah. I taught accord and satisfaction. He got rid of a lot of his debt. Accord and satisfaction is a UCC code that I taught how to get rid of some debt. I'm constantly teaching y'all the laws on how to do it. You can't make this shit up. What do you think about the real ID, Jonah? I think nothing about it. You know why? I can use my birth certificate. Your birth certificate falls up under the real ID. I don't use their bullshit. I don't use state IDs. When I fly with my birth certificate. Right? Okay. Marlon said, almost a testimony every show. L Ammo L Bay. All right, get that consultation. We'll talk soon, brother. He says he got to do a testimony for the writ of discovery. L Ammo L Bay got a testimony for the writ of discovery. This is what I'm saying. Every time I teach y'all something, I teach y'all according to the law. If you do the law right, you know your rights, it's going to work. If you don't, it's not going to work. They're going to trick you. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's up to you. Jonah is really talking about your brother's case. Wow. Yeah, we all be going through them type of things. So what I talk about affects many people's cases. You know what I mean? If you were extradited from any one state. Now, in the Constitution, it talks about they can't remove you from one state to the next. It's in the Georgia Constitution. I know it's there. You got to check and see if it's in your state's constitution, but that's unconstitutional. Anything that goes against the Constitution is repugnant to the Constitution is void. Void ab initio, void on its face from the beginning. What about a gubernatorial warrant? I don't know what a gubernatorial warrant is. Oh, if you were extra, I already answered that. According to the Constitution, it's unconstitutional. Do you deal with Fed cases? Absolutely. Absolutely. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Most drug cases, a lot of them are Fed cases, right? So think about this. The Fed got a case against you for drugs, murder, whatever. Did they have a warrant? Did they have an affidavit in support of the warrant? Huh? That doesn't change. If they didn't have it, it doesn't change. It doesn't matter, right? All right, let's say they did have a warrant, right? And they had an affidavit of a cop so that they could get the warrant, right? You know what the problem is? Did you do any harm to the cop? The cop isn't an injured party. No corpus delicti, no injured party, a victimless crime. So therefore, his affidavit doesn't mean shit. He wasn't even there. He wasn't there. How you gonna have an affidavit is testimony, firsthand knowledge of something happening. The cop wasn't there. How he gonna give testimony about firsthand knowledge? He has no firsthand knowledge. Packley Agri versus Trinsky, a Supreme Court case that says that is nothing more than hearsay. That's nothing more than hearsay. So he went and got a warrant off of hearsay information. Get the warrant thrown out. Get the case thrown out. Yeah, I fight federal cases. But I don't fight no case. You fight the case. I just show you how. Don't get it twisted. Don't think Jonah gonna be sitting down doing paperwork for you. It's not gonna happen. You do your own paperwork. You know what I mean? I just show you how to do it. And I tell you how to think. I make sure you read the proper things to learn what you're supposed to learn. You only win when you know it. Yes. When you go sue them under 241, 242, 1983, that is a tort claim under common law. Common law, Constitution. The City Charter of Jackson, Tennessee emphasizes disposal of inhabitants' estates. I don't know why you wrote that. No, I'm not booked up on consultations. Only got a few. How to call in and ask questions. You would have to be a part of our study group. And when you are part of the study group, let's say if you are part of our Telegram, the link for the call-in number is in the Telegram. I would tell you the Telegram, but I can't. Every time I mention something like that, they flag my video and take my video down, so I ain't gonna tell you. All I could say is write to, see, I can do jonahbay.com, and you could write jonahbay.com and ask that question, and then you can get in to our private study groups. And you can call in and ask questions. And I'm on dealing with y'all 5 days a week. It's not just 2 days, it's 5 days a week. But when you get into the private group, you'll find that out. All right, he figured it out. He said he sent the text with his order number, and when it's your turn, I will get to you and call you my brother or sister. I don't know if you're a brother or a sister. I think you're a brother. But anyway, I don't really see no hands up, so I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm hungry anyway. Peace to Yahuwah. We out. I keep on telling y'all, it don't make no damn sense. We be in the private group. Y'all got 1,000,001 questions when I'm on the air, and people need to hear your questions, need to hear your testimonies and all that. Y'all don't never put y'all's hands up. And I think that's bull. So I'm cutting the show short today. I'm out. Peace to Yahuwah.
Peace.
Peace.